Good morning. This is Margaret and you are at the University of Sewing's Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we have Aaron with us today.
Hello, everyone.
Aaron is our technician, and I brought him here today because we've got the wonderful Bernettes on sale, and we wanted to spend some time talking about those. But I know you're wanting to know, what is our giveaway today? So the giveaway, if you share our video with your Facebook family, would you please share our Facebook live feed to them? And you are going to get a pair of our wonderful Bernina tweezers and a wonderful dust brush. And you're like, well, that's kind of an unusual gift this morning, Margaret. Well, the reason why is because we have Aaron with us. Aaron's the technician, and Aaron's going to tell you about just a little bit about how important it is to keep your machine clean and oiled. But we want to make sure that you guys all know about these Bernettes. Now, you know, a lot of times I'm guessing probably own a nice Bernina, but maybe someone in the family is getting ready to go shopping for a sewing machine. And you need to be like my lovely customer, Susie May, who said to us yesterday that when my daughter was talking about buying a machine, I told her the only place she could go was to go over to the University of Sewing and buy that machine. But is that not awesome? We love you, Susie. That was just like the sweetest thing ever. So what I want you to understand is that we actually can work on your big box sewing machine. If you've got one, can't we do that for them, Aaron?
Yes, we can. If you get a Bernette here, you know, you also get this team. They can help, you know, train you on it and you service it. You know, in-house tech is really great to have. So it's a lot of added value there.
So the point I'm trying to make to you is that when you are thinking about getting that new machine and you want to get it in a good price point, at least take a look at these Bernettes, because I think they are very competitive with any of the big box store things. The machines that you're going to get there, unfortunately, what we see happen a lot of times is they go in for service pretty early in their lifespan. So what you're going to get with a Bernette, on the other hand, is a machine that you're going to be able to use for a long time. If there is a problem, Aaron can help you fix that. The other thing that is really cool about it is that you get your education on how to use the machine.
Yes.
What's really surprising, shocking, wonderful about the B77 right now is it's half price. For the sale that we've got going on right now until June the 12th, you are going to be able to get a B77, which maybe you haven't bought that machine for your retreats yet. This has a screen that is almost identical to any of your Bernina machines. There's one or two differences, but boy, is it a wonderful, wonderful machine. And I'm going to take you over in a second. We'll turn it on and you can see that screen and understand why that is such a great machine and perfect for either retreats or for your person who is getting ready to start their sewing adventure. It's got wonderful things like it's got a cutter. It cuts your thread. How cool is that?
It's a great feature to have.
So you're going to have that feature. You are going to get lessons with it. That's the wonderful thing, you know. So you are going to have all the great features. It's got dual feed. You know, you have to go all the way up to a 570 on a Bernina before you get to dual feed. The B77 has dual feed. So there's some really lovely features that you don't get usually in this level of machine. You can change the pressure on how hard it's pushing down on your fabric. That's always a great feature to have, and you really want to look for a machine that does that no matter what price point or what you're looking for. And I want to show you in just a moment. We're going to walk over here real quick and show off two things. One, let's go over to the 77 and finish talking about that for a minute. So I'm going to turn this little guy on. So you are going to be able, here in just a moment, you've got your needle up and down, your knotting feature. You've got a speed control, foot up and down, scissors, that reverse, and it has a go button, which you gotta love the go button. And here you are with all the features that you would normally see on a Bernina sewing machine. This touch screen, so you can go to whatever stitch you want. By the way, that stitch it's showing on the front there, that's actual size. This is a wonderful machine, and we want you to be able to get, so again, I forgot to mention, please get on there and share. When you share, don't forget to put your name, down in the comments. I'm not the one who usually does this, so I get it all goofed up. So Norm, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and put in the comments that you shared so that we can put your name in the drawing for these wonderful prizes. I'm going to set those down so you stop wiggling them.
Hey, Margaret. So, is there a warranty with a Bernette?
There is. And you're going to ask me to remember exactly what it is. There is one.
And who works on it if there is a problem?
Aaron.
I do.
Aaron works on it. So, Aaron.
So we can say for that first year that you don't have to worry about anything.
No, you really don't. Right. The other thing I want to let Aaron tell you about right now is how long is it taking right now to get machines in and out of here,
Yeah,
Aaron?
so a lot of places, they'll have it maybe for 2 weeks or more to get your machine back to you, but right now it's like a week or maybe sometimes less. So take your machine in here, you'll get it back probably in a speedy time.
Okay, so let's go take a little look over at the academies, because the B5 Academy and the Crafter are also in this sale. And again, I want to say to you that these Bernettes are definitely in the same category here as far as pricing. Just as far as pricing, you can get into a wonderful little Bernette. This is a mechanical machine. I know some people, that's really important to them. It's also a wonderful basic machine for that starter sewer. And so you have on the Academy, this one has 12 different feet. It comes with speed control. You can buy a walking foot for it, so you have that advantage. And it's only $349 right now. The Crafter, it doesn't have the speed control, and it only comes with 5 feet. It is $299. I will tell you, these are great machines. People love them. Customers have been super happy with them, and I think you will enjoy working with those, especially with your new sewer. So that is something you can consider too. Although, you know, I do know customers who maybe they have a boat, maybe they have a cabin, a second home. They're looking for that great machine to put in it. That's $77, guys. That's a pretty sweet deal. So let's go ahead back here, and we're going to talk about some of the used machines we've got right now, because you may not realize it. Now, have you been on our website recently? Have you guys noticed the big changes? I've been talking to you about that we were doing some things with the website. We've got a brand new looking website. It's not a new website, but it's a brand new looking website. So one of the things we will have on there very soon, we haven't got everything all worked out, but these 3 machines that there's actually, I thought there was 4.
Well, there is one over there.
Oh, that's
the
right.
880.
Oh, I forgot about the
yes.
880. Okay. So, Aaron, why don't you take it away and show people what we've got here?
Right. This is it's a unique kind of looking a model here. It's got the translucent red on here. It's the Virtuosa 153. But it has been professionally serviced. It's a pre-loved machine, you know. It's had a previous owner, but it's been professionally serviced. The cover's taken off. Everything's been set so that it sews beautifully. And you can see, of course, our samples of all our machines here at the shop. So the tensions are beautiful and everything.
So one of the things that happens when someone brings in a trade-in is we go ahead and we give it to Aaron. And then he takes it all apart. He makes sure it's cleaned. He looks and sees. Now, one of the things that I didn't realize about this 153, it's only got a total of 13 hours of actual stitching time run. That is shocking. Yeah. Usually a machine, because this one was from, I believe it's at least 15 years old.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I think about 15 years old, and usually when we get them, they have a lot more stitches than that on it. So this is a great deal for somebody. It is only $1,000, guys. So if you're looking for a machine, you're thinking that you want to have one, this comes with its accessories, the feet. It comes with, you know, a nice little carrying case over to, you know, one of the hard cases to go over it. Not a rolly case, but a hard case to go over it. So that's a really cool deal. Now, I was telling you that some of our customers really love their mechanical machines. They do. So what about these two, Aaron?
So these are your classic 830 records, and a lot of people love these. They're all mechanical, no electronic buttons or screens, so it's all adjusted here.
So it's got the 5-step button hole here.
Yep, right there. Yep, and it's got your lengths and tensions and stuff like that. It comes with actually a good amount of accessories. Let's just open it up, see if we can take a look inside. So there we got lots of feet, and also it's got its oil and
needles with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys remember this, but this is for mending.
Yes.
So that's a really cool little thing.
It is.
You've got an invisible zipper foot. How nice is that?
Yeah.
That's really handy.
Yes.
So working foot control and power cord. Those are usually what go on these things.
Right.
So these are in good shape right now. So we've got the case to go over top of it. Do they have the manuals with them?
Yeah, this one has a manual, and I'm pretty sure this one also has an original manual, so you're good to go as far as that. They don't usually have them, and it's nice that these do. So, and also, of course, here's our sample.
So you can see the sample of the stitching. You can also come in and try it out. How nice is that?
Yes.
So, okay. So we're going to talk about, there is an 880 in the house, guys. It's a used 880. And you know what? You're going to look at this and you're going to go, well, Margaret, that says 880. It doesn't say 880 plus. Well, remember when the 880s came out, if you're an aficionado of this at all, when the 880s came out, and when the pluses came out, they gave you the ability, just like we did recently with the 770s, you could get the plus editions.
Yeah.
Now, the really interesting thing is that on the 770 and when it went to plus, the screen got bigger. So they really didn't do anything with that. Well, this one already has the big screen.
That's true. Yeah.
So when they added the 880 plus to this, you're not going to be able to tell it, but it does have those extra features on it. So now you can do everything with your embroidery. You can go ahead. It's coming with your full complement of accessory items, including your embroidery unit. Yes. It is going to come with all of the things that you would have expected. Now, this one does have a pretty high stitch count for some people's thought processes. But when it comes to a Bernina, maybe not so bad.
Right.
And, you know, so this one has over 4 million stitches on it. And I know that sounds like a lot, but look at the price, guys.
Yeah.
We normally sell this machine for $16,000. You can take this home for $74.99.
Yeah, that's right.
It is an incredible purchase. Aaron, you serviced it.
Yep, I serviced it. You know, it's been taken off and all the covers and everything's been looked at. So it sews beautifully. And like Margaret was saying with the stitch count, you know, Berninas can run 20 million stitches and still be running great, you know, sometimes. So
you have to take care of them.
You have to take care of them, yes, but it all depends on that.
And so I just want to remind folks, if you are sitting at home and you're thinking, you know, I haven't taken my machine in for servicing in a while. If it's been over a year, isn't it probably time?
Yes.
And why do they want to do it at that kind of year, Mark?
Well, there's just things that, well, of course, you can't get into yourself as the consumer, and things that need to be re-oiled, re-lubricated, and cleaned. You know, there's lint that you can't get to in here as well.
How about broken needle pieces?
Yeah,
those
broken needle
they
pieces.
Shouldn't really be in there.
Yeah, no, they need to get those out. So every year we should take a look at it.
And so what my point here is that since right now it's summertime, you're probably doing some gardening, you might be doing some traveling. This might be the perfect time for you to drop off that machine, get Aaron to look at it, get it all taken care of. You know, he's been through all the Bernina school stuff. We've had really, you know what? We had one machine here recently that had been to 2 other technicians. And Aaron had figured out what was wrong with that machine.
That's right.
So, you know, I am really confident, and I'm also extremely particular, as my employees will tell you. I've worked my entire life doing sewing.
Yeah.
And so it was so important to me to make sure that we had somebody here that understood just how important these machines are to people. And, you know, even if it's just hobby sewing, you want your machine to work. You want it to do well. You want it to do the things that you expect it to do.
Absolutely.
So if you are running into a problem, if you have, you know, we try really hard to make sure that things are taken care of. And the biggest problem I think we've run into has been not writing enough information. So when you come in, if you've got an actual issue that you're experiencing with your machine, please make sure that you communicate it to the person at the front desk and make sure they write it down. They're going to give you a piece of paper at the end, and it should tell exactly what you said is going on with your machine. You can also write it down on a piece of paper and put it in the machine.
That's true.
And so, you know, just to make sure, because you know what, we try really hard, but a lot of times the young ladies working at the front desk might not 100% understand what they're talking about.
You know, and it gets it back to you faster, and it helps us figure out exactly what the problem is. So
that's
just
it.
Put as much information as you know.
And that's really, you know, if it only does this right after you've put the foot down, it's only done this thing, and just right after that. Knowing that is super important.
Super important. Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we get it back to you and it's working and it's in really good shape.
We just had a comment that someone that owns an 830 has 50 million stitches on it. And they also own an 880 and they have 20 million stitches, and made the comment that, you know, service is just important. Both of them are running just smooth.
And see, isn't that amazing? That is just an incredible story. So this machine has a lot of life left in it. What I will tell you, if you're considering an 880, you might want to go ahead and look through on our YouTube page. We have a group of 8 series on these 880s. We have a group of videos that talk about them, how you treat them, what you do with them, how you can use them, and you will be so happy you watch those, because it can make up your mind whether or not this is the machine for you. I have heard different times people say, well, people had problems with those 880s. Well, you know what? You can have problems with any machine if you don't know how to use it. And I really believe that owning an 880, when I first owned mine, there were some things I did not understand about it. And if you come in and you want to buy this, you will get lessons on it. So don't think that, you know, but you do want to watch those videos if you can before you buy this, because I think it will really tell you whether or not this is the right machine for you, because it is a bit different. It is a bit different.
Yeah, it is. It's got a lot more power. It's a different kind of beast. So you just have to make sure you know how to use it and
it's got the bobbin case that presents itself, which is really
like,
exciting. Yes, it's very exciting and very interesting. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let Aaron get back to work, and let's go ahead and we're going to take a look around at some of the machines we've got here, because I want to tell you about a couple of things I've got that are special right here in the shop. We have got a really cool thing that we're doing right now. Do you have a girlfriend? And you guys always buy the same machines? Maybe it's your sister. We have got a whole group of sisters who bought machines together here. If you're thinking about doing that right now and you've got a buddy, bring them in for this summer sale that ends on June the 12th. And you guys will both get an extra $100 off if you buy machines. Really cool thing. In the University of Sewing only. That's a really special deal I'm giving you, and I want to make sure that you know about it. So let's come on over here, Dave. I want to show folks something also over here. We've got our pretty 770 here, and this beautiful machine is set up with the embroidery unit on it. We've got one left in the store. And I am going to be making a really, really nice deal on this machine. So, are you thinking about a 790? This machine normally runs $13,000. It's actually $12,999. I'm really bad at saying all that. So, right now, until this particular machine is gone, we are going to be offering this for $10,500. So, that is $2,500 off. You will not find this deal anywhere else. This is just at the University of Sewing. I know it has a little red mark there. We haven't flipped out. I don't know why they didn't take and change out the feet. So we will tell it we're going to put the right foot on there because that's what it wants. It wants to know it's got the right foot on it. So right here, we've got our feed dogs dropped. That's why that's yellow. It's telling me I want my 26 foot on it. And this is the design set up and ready to go. The 790s have the most comprehensive embroidery package of the Berninas. The 880 and the 790, they're the ones with the most comprehensive embroidery package. And this is going to come with your high-speed embroidery unit. And it's got also some other lovely features that I want to make sure you're aware of. Things like it has a stitch designer on it. Is it going to let me do it? It's just going to be cranky. Okay, so right here, we've got this, but look at this. Check this out. This is the coolest thing ever. Have you ever thought it would be the neatest thing to make your own stitches? Well, I'm making a stitch right now. And it's showing me over here on the left side of the screen what it's actually going to look like. Is that not super cool? So you can design your own stitches. You can go ahead and it's got a huge embroidery package with it. I'll go back to that embroidery. One of the things you're going to get with this particular machine is you're going to have a whole bunch of different alphabets. Check this out. We've got 3 pages of alphabets for your embroidery. All these beautiful ones, and then on and on. How cool is that? So if you've been thinking that you would like to have embroidery, you've wanted, maybe you're sitting right now with a 5 series machine and it's got the narrower body to it. Maybe this is the right time for you to consider trading that 5 series in and getting a 790 because the price is just fantastic right now.
And what else do you get with this?
You're going to get us. And Aaron. Don't forget.
And we had someone coming in yesterday that was shopping for a different brand.
That's true.
And they just felt like they were left high and dry.
Yeah, well, one of the things I want to really communicate to our customers is that we really want to take care of you and want to make sure that you understand that once you buy a machine from us, we are going to be there to support you. And that means with classes, that means with service, that means you can call us on the phone and say, hey, I had this thing happen. And what do I do? I had a lovely customer. She's been a wonderful customer now for several years. And she came in and she brought her 790 with her. And she said, Margaret, the screen's doing crazy things. Well, what we think happened, and it can happen, is her screen was doing crazy things, but all we had to do was recalibrate the screen and everything just worked fine. And she could take it home right away. So that's something that we do have happen from time to time. And what it is that sometimes people touch the wrong button. We all have touched the wrong button. Have you ever seen, they say, what is it, the blue screen of death, I guess, is a thing with computers. Sometimes what you see on these machines are the gears of I always call them the gears of contention. Basically what it means is you've locked up your machine. So we take and give you your classes on the machine, we show you how to fix that. But sometimes it happens a year after you've gotten the machine and you're not sure what to do. Just give us a call and we'll walk you through that just really simply.
Margaret, let's talk about embroidery a little bit too, and because it's kind of intimidating sometimes. And we had a customer that came in this week, and Aaron worked with them to get it figured out of how they could embroider real thick towels.
Yes, and what we found out is that the real thick towels and metallic thread did not work. So it just didn't work real well. And I mean, we're talking like the super mega spa towel. This thing was really thick, and we were able to go ahead and use metallic on a little bit smaller towel, but there got to be a point where that thickness and all the layers and the metallic threads, it just wasn't working that well. But we were able to figure out what the problems were. She wasn't really doing anything all that wrong. She just needed a few minutes of encouragement and some help. And Aaron walked her through that. But we also have Alice here. And Alice is amazing. You know, if you want a one-on-one class, you can always do private classes with us. And you know what? We don't care if you bought the machine somewhere else. You are welcome to take our Learning Your Machine class. You are welcome to come to any of our embroidery classes. You are welcome to any of the things we have to offer here at the University of Sewing. We'd prefer you bought your machine here. We'd love to be your dealer. But sometimes I know that people bought their machine 5 years ago. Well, we weren't selling Berninas then. So how could I have sold it to you then? So please, if you didn't get the kind of education you wanted at that point in time, don't sit at home and be frustrated. Come to our classes. They're extraordinarily inexpensive. We're talking $20 to $30 for most of our Learning Your Machine classes. Come to them and learn about your machine, because I'm just going to tell you, once you understand it, it's going to be your best buddy in your sewing hobby. You will love it. And our machines are so powerful and they have so much to offer if you just know what to do with them. So don't forget, we have a bunch of classes coming up. Tomorrow, we still have some spots left in our fitting class. If you've never taken a fitting workshop class, you really might want to think about doing this. What it is you make a mock-up of a garment you're wanting to do. Make sure it's a little bit bigger than you, not too tight. And then what you're going to do is you'll come with that to the fitting class. We take and pin it, show you where you need to change things on your pattern. We take your pattern, we alter the pattern for you, give it back to you, and you can go home and make all the pretty clothes you want. So it's pretty cool. So if you're thinking about clothing right now and you haven't decided to do it yet, I just want you to know that that's a regular class we offer here. So we have the one tomorrow, and then we have another one in July. So hopefully one of those is going to work in your schedule. Okay, everybody, where are we at? Oh, it is that time. We are going to be opening in just a couple minutes. Don't forget, I am giving away that wonderful brush and tweezers, all in the hopes that you will remember to clean your machine, and in the theme of Aaron being here with us today. And I want you to know that we are here to help you get your machines worked on. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention earlier, we will work on the big box machines. Don't worry about that. If you have one, you want to try to keep it alive, you don't want to just throw it away, you want to come bring it here, we'll let you know whether it's worthwhile to do that or not. And it's nice to have somebody you can count on that's in your corner. So I hope that you have a fabulous Friday. We'll be here for Facebook Live tomorrow. We've got some really cool new fabrics to show off. I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but I'm also going to start doing something probably once a month. We're going to do one of our employees' favorites. She picked out a fabric. She goes, I don't know why this hasn't sold out. It's so gorgeous. And she gave me the fabric to show you and all the things that she thought could be done with this fabric. So we're going to do that too tomorrow. So that's Lori's favorite for tomorrow. Okay, everybody, see you at 9:30 Saturday morning, and I hope you have a wonderful Friday. We'll see you Saturday.